All right, what's happening, Real Filmers? I'm here at day two of the Spooky Movie International Horror Film Festival, and I have here with me the screenwriter of the film Exists, Mr. Jamie Nash. How's it going?
It's going great.
Good, good. First, I wanted to ask you, can you talk a bit about how you and Eduardo came up with the idea with this film, or how it came together?
Oh yeah. Well, Ed's been trying to make a Bigfoot movie since probably like right after Blair Witch. I mean, Blair Witch was even always loved In Search of, and shows like that. So Blair Witch was kind of conceived with Bigfoot in mind. Not that it was going to be Bigfoot, but he's always wanted to make a Bigfoot movie. He's actually written 2 or 3 Bigfoot films himself. So this is the first one that he actually pulled off. So it's kind of exciting in that regard. So I'm sure the genesis of this movie was with him, wanting to do a Bigfoot movie, and we've collaborated a lot. So I'm sure it was. I don't exactly remember because we've talked about Bigfoot for so long, but I'm sure it was something like him bringing it up to me and saying, "Hey, how about Bigfoot?" And I said, "Yeah, I was on board," because I have a lot of the same influences he does.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so how I met Ed, I had a script way back when that became the movie Altered. That was our first collaboration. And I sent it to Hollywood, and they sent it back to Ed, who read it, who I didn't even know, and he liked it, and it turned out we lived about 40 minutes from each other's houses. He lives in Frederick, Maryland, I live in Ellicott City. So it was just this random coincidence that it got back to him, and then he loved that script, and we started to work on that together, and we've been working, I think since 2004 together.
Okay. Now, as a lot of people know, Exist is a film about the subject of Bigfoot, and it's a film that in terms of that subject matter, that we see a lot. Was there any concern, on your part and on Eduardo's part to, bring something fresh to the table, and was there a concern that you may not be able to?
Yeah. No, well, here's the funny thing. When we started working on a Bigfoot film, it was a few years ago, and it was before the Bigfoot TV shows. It was before I really saw a real glut of Bigfoot films come out or anything like that. Since then, and over the years, it's really exploded, and the interest has gotten bigger and bigger every year. So at first we thought, hey, we're bringing something new to the table just from the fact that we were doing big. Not that it was that new, but everything old is new again. But I'd say the big difference that we wanted to do, a lot of the Bigfoot movies we saw weren't showing a creature. So, because that's the hardest thing with a low-budget Bigfoot film, is you have to pull off those makeup effects, you have to pull off a monster, and so most people, the way they hide the monster, they never show it. Much like how Blair Witch, was shot. No, it didn't really show. Spoiler alert. Yeah. So they didn't show the monster, the creature. We really wanted to show it. We wanted to have an attack, and to do that, we needed a great, makeup team behind us. So I think that's the biggest thing we wanted to bring. We wanted to finally see Bigfoot on screen and have it be convincing.
Okay. And with this film, this is another film that deals with, I guess you can put it in that subgenre of like found footage.
Yeah.
What do you think of the way that particular subgenre has like evolved over the years, especially since, Blair Witch? What are your thoughts on it, and where do you think it may go?
I'm actually a big found footage fan. I've been a found footage fan for a while. This movie, we didn't originally set out to do found footage, but Bigfoot is just so common to be found footage. I mean, Patterson-Gimlin tape, all these YouTube videos you see, it's the most obvious subject to do a found footage, and it feels real for that reason. That said, Ed being one of the guys who really brought found footage to prominence, he set out to create a different style with this movie, and found footage has evolved. We're past the point where you're trying to convince people it's real, and now it's just another way to tell a story. And I think you'll see Exist does some, maybe risky things at a time, but people are used to now. Like, it has a soundtrack. It has some kind of questionable, angles and stuff. It's very cinematic. It plays great in a screen, like we'll see it tonight.
All right, great. Moving on from Exists, I understand that you guys are working on, you and that water are working on another film. Can you talk briefly about, what that is, or is it too early?
Well, the one that I guess is out there, we're working on several. We have like 4 or 5 right now that are ready to go.
Okay.
But the one that's kind of out there that seems to be getting closer and closer is a movie called Maulers. And Maulers will be shot locally in Maryland, so that's what's kind of exciting about it. But it's another horror movie, and it's one that kind of has a social message, so we're excited about getting started with Maulers.
Okay, all right. Well, so there you have it, Real Filmers. Again, I'm here at day 2 of the Spooky Movie International Horror Film Festival. Again, thank you, screenwriter of Exists. Thank you so much.